Hey everyone, welcome back to Merch Disrupted, where we explore the future of the $350 billion branded merchandise industry. Today I'm thrilled to be joined by Jason Lukash, co-founder of Rupt and a trailblazer in promotional products. From earning a spot on Time Magazine's Top 50 Inventions with Org Audio to launching Rupt, Jason's all about shaking things up. Rupt is redefining promo with high-quality, sustainable products made on demand, no minimums required. In this episode, we'll unpack how print on demand is transforming the promo space and what's next for branded merch. Get ready for a lively chat with one of the industry's most creative minds. How about that intro?
Sounds like it was very well written for
It
sure.
was.
Yeah. By AI or by
No,
yourself
no,
is
no,
the
no, no,
question.
no.
We'll see.
No, I'm a really good copywriter, so
I know you are, for sure. Well, thanks for having me.
yeah, thanks for being on.
No problem.
Um, so, Jason, I think we met I think actually we met when I was at Teespring a long time ago through, I think Shell introduced us
Yeah.
like a long time ago when you were doing org audio. So I kind of remember you from that period. And then, we reconnected many, many years later, after you had done a bunch of things with org audio and then started Rupt. And, now I think we both kind of find ourselves more, I'm more in the promo space. So, it's been great to reconnect and see what you're doing with Rupt and partner with you on some things which we'll get to in a little bit. But be great if you could just kind of share your background and how you found yourself in this unique place.
Yeah. My background's pretty robust, but I'm also like a deep promo wizard, right? I've been in promo for now since 2009 directly, and before that for another 4 years, so almost 20 years. I worked out of college for Major League Soccer, in charge of grassroots marketing and promotions. Then for VF Corporation, which is the biggest retail corporation in the world, I bought a ton of promo there, learned kind of about the promo industry, and then started Orgadio in 2009 and ran Orgadio from 2009 to 2018 when we were acquired by HPG, which is the largest hard goods only supplier in kind of the promo industry. Became an executive there, retired at 37, and was bored 6 weeks later, and then thought about what's next and talked to all the people I was friends with. Talked to you, talked to Shell, talked to all the promotional products distributors I talked to, and just like saw the pain points of where the industry was and everyone's pain points within it, and thought about what was next. And that next idea was Rupt, and then we launched Rupt in January of 2024, so about just under a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and what I think we'll get to Rupt and why it's so cool. I think the products that you're doing are groundbreaking in a lot of ways. But one of the things that I've always admired about you is the fact that, I mean, back when we met, uh, gosh, it must have been 24, it was probably about 10 years ago when Shell introduced us.
Yeah,
And that word like promo was like completely foreign. Might as I don't know why I did that.
that's what promo does to you. It throws
Promo!
confetti on your face.
Yeah! When at that time it was like a foreign, completely foreign word, right? Like I didn't know anything about the promo industry. I think the promo industry didn't POD was largely a foreign term and certainly a forein concept in
Still
that
is.
space. Yeah,
Still is
that's what
promo.
I mean, right? It's
Yeah,
it
yeah.
still is. And I remember when I started looking at it about 5 years ago or something and going to PPAI and talking to distributors and things, just realizing like how different things are and how like how little um print on demand kind of exists in the space, but you've been doing print on demand in promo kind of since the beginning. So I'd love to get your thoughts on, kind of where we came from, where we are today and kind of how you see that evolving.
Yeah, the promotional products industry's been ass backwards and kind of old school for as long as I've been in it. We were at Origati, we were like the first company to do like one piece on demand, on hard goods, frankly, in maybe 2011, 2012. And when we did it, people thought we were crazy. We had one piece minimum, 5-day production, no setup fees, and then like all we had to do was educate the mindset for where it was. And here we are, like almost 15 years later, and there's still not a lot of people doing it. The promotional products industry needs print on demand to survive in the future. And for those distributors and those people that are not doing print on demand, frankly, I think they'll be out of business or non-existent sometime in the future unless they adapt to the norms of POD. And whether that's for online stores, programs, printing on demand for literally their own customers, not wanting to hold inventory, global distribution, like all that stuff, like they need to adapt to it because POD is everywhere else. It's in promo, but promo is still behind. Promo has to adapt to what people expect in the world. I just came back from our Rupt summer camp, which we ran the last couple days. I was talking, did a session on like on demand to our squad. Steve Pepper came in and Dave House from Printful, a couple other guys, and we were just like talking about it. And I said, Amazon has changed the mentality for how fast people expect to get goods. Me here in San Francisco, if I cannot get like something delivered same day or within an hour or two, like I'm pissed off, right? And
Hmm.
I don't want to order it, right? Like unless I'll happily pay for something that can be either customized or delivered to me super super quickly to my needs. And that mindset, like speed has evolved in promo, but like the ability to decorate quickly on demand in a one piece hasn't evolved. So I hope the POD sector pushes promo into the next kind of promo stratosphere for branded merch wherever it goes because it needs it desperately.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean I couldn't agree more obviously, but I had Aaron Yanelli on last week and we were talking about how, you know, print on demand as a term is kind of like limiting because you just sort of automatically think about just selling branded merch items as one-offs
Yeah,
online. But the what it does for the consumer and the benefits that it delivers can sort of apply to every facet of retail as and change kind of the it's part of the evolution of retail as we know it
yeah,
and some of the benefits that that consumers see with print on demand I think are often understated, especially in the promo space. We learned it quickly in like the POD platform world. So like in the Teesprings, Printifys, Guten, like those types of platforms, you realize that, people want products that they have a deeper emotional connection to. And so take like this internet marketer type,
yeah,
print on demand product, which was really the first big wave in the space. Somebody that is maybe a nurse and lives like in the northern Midwest and also ice fishes, if they see an ice fishing nurse's shirt that has a funny design and is like clever, they're likely going to give their 20 to $30 of disposable income to that product versus maybe some more generic product
correct.
that they were going to buy at Target and Walmart. I think that same philosophy applies to promo.
Yeah,
I think just the fact that a lot of promo people think about just putting logos on things, and having kind of like cheap promotional items that are giveaways or, basic merch for employees. But one of the things I think that's so cool about what you've done, both at Org Audio and now Rupt is yeah, of course you're enabling endless customization through print on demand, but the products themselves that you're offering are super, super unique and
yeah.
different, and I think creates that catalyst for people to have a deeper emotional connection with.
I completely agree. And the hyper customization that we do on those pieces and second life packaging, the unboxing experience, like it's just like more icing on the cake. But yeah, I completely agree with you. Like a lot of people in print on demand, this is no shade at manufacturers and suppliers in POD. Like everyone buys the same shit from the same factories in Asia. They buy everyone. You can look on any POD website. Everyone's selling like the same sublimated coffee mug, and it's like who the hell wants that? Like, if
Yeah,
I got if someone sent me a sublimated coffee mug and I was a nurse that ice fishes, I'd smash it out of anger because the physical the message is cool and the design's cool, but like I don't want that shit. I don't want a
yeah,
sublimated coffee mug. I want like a badass design bottle with cool personalization on it, right? So like
Totally.
that's why we've decided, and what I've always done is like make our own stuff. So that way it's unique and proprietary to us and it's not going to be saturating the market because we control our own destiny with it.
Right. Yeah, and I think it's you're probably I mean, I'm sure you see this all the time because we see it with your products and is this is going to be led by the consumer. It's not
Yeah.
going to be led by the suppliers and the distributors. You know, the consumers are demanding higher quality product, more interesting product, mass customization or personalization,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that that's a big part of your growth is attributed to the fact that a customer gets it. And they're like the feedback is so positive,
Yeah.
and so not only are they going to keep coming back, but now the distributors are incentivized to to push that product over maybe more traditional product.
We get multiple emails a week and I love them. It's like I was blown away by the box and the unboxing experience. And like, that's what we want. We want those surprise and delight moments. Like, first impressions matter so much. And like, if we can wow someone before they even like know what's inside of it, and then they see like the I'm a nurse who loves ice fishing on a speaker, like that's even more like blown awayness. So yeah, I love people that have the reaction like, dude, this is like, because like pictures do justice, but like they don't. Like when you physically touch and feel something, especially for audio, when you hear it, you're like, holy shit, this is special. Like that's what
Yeah.
we want, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's the fact that you're doing it like on the product itself, but on the packaging too.
Yeah, yeah,
That's something that nobody in promo I feel like has. Obviously, there's companies that sell boxes and
yeah,
there's gifting companies that understand the importance of like having a nice box and presenting things in a nice way. But in terms of the actual product itself
yeah,
that you're selling and delivering a, water bottle or a backpack or whatever it is in with that unboxing experience in mind. But then also having like the sustainability and the
yeah.
reusability part of it, it just takes it to a whole new level.
Completely agree with you. That's why we
Yeah.
did it. Yeah,
Yeah, your backpack, I've always been kind of like a product snob, and 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, I would never look for in kind of like your typical, uh, you know, promo
yeah,
yellow pages for like a backpack
yeah.
for me and my exec team to wear. And I asked you for your opinion
I
on
think you got this one.
backpacks,
You
and
got the Galindo, right? The one I
yeah,
carry. Yeah,
yeah. We've got them for our whole exec team, and the amount of compliment. First of all, we love it. Everybody loves it, and it's my everyday backpack now. The amount of compliments that I've gotten, that my team members have gotten, just randomly on that backpack, is pretty incredible. And then you factor in like the other kind of unique things that you guys are doing on the packaging side. I mean, it's just such a unique
thanks, man.
combination.
It's what
Yeah,
we want. We just want to build like ultra high quality goods that people love to take with them on the go, no matter where they're going, whether it's to work or to Shanghai or to, like your kids taking it to summer camp or whatever it is. Like we just want to make cool shit for people on the go that they love, and then we stand behind all the products, no questions asked, lifetime warranty in bags, no questions asked return policy. Like no one does that on POD, so like we just want to do it because we want people to love the stuff that they're getting from us.
yeah, yeah. I know you've talked about this a lot, and it's a big part of your marketing. So we don't have to spend a ton of time on it. But if you could just, we just had, I think 2 episodes ago was kind of all about sustainability and circular apparel. With Iris, it was a really cool conversation. But if you could talk a little bit about your packaging and kind of the idea there, like just how you're doing it and why it's so unique. I think
Yeah.
that'd be great for our listeners.
Yeah, I think we definitely like emphasize, like I was saying, like the unboxing experience, and we've really, I didn't ask if I could share my screen, but I'm just gonna do
No,
it
no, no, go
anyways.
for it. Yeah.
So like we've really tried to do like this really cool Second Life packaging where every single one of our products, the
First
box turns
impressions
into
really
something
matter.
else like really unique and different. So obviously this is a video of me, but like you've got, the Janix box transforms into a wall shelf, the Perfora box transforms into a time capsule, the which one is this? The Elixir one holds it into a plastic bag dispenser. The Echo Deep one, this is one of my favorites. The box turns into the headphone stand to actually hold the headphones on your desk. Dipster desk organizer, bird feeders, clocks, lights, you name it. Like we want people to save the box for as long as they possibly can. Spice rack, like the box turning spice rack, illuminated table, like it's madness, right? We
Yeah.
want people to hold on to the box for as long as possible and have that box not end up in a landfill and serve a purpose. So we really like hone down on this like second life packaging. It's kind of like our special sauce, um, or part of our special sauce, and people love it. And some of them have taken like the Spiglo, right? This piece of drinkware we make, which is really cool. To make the Spiglo bottle only took us like I think 90 days to tool it and develop it. But like to make the box that turns into the bird feeder here, the bird
Yeah.
feeder actually took us like almost 6 months. It took double the amount of time to develop the packaging and get the
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
weight to hold the bird seed and stuff and the
Right. Right.
perches. Like it just took longer, but we want to have that surprise and delight experience. Like the box itself is really cool with like spot UV and foil on it, but like once you like figure out like, dude, this turns into a bird feeder, then
Yeah.
people's minds are like really blown, which is pretty spectacular and awesome. So
Yeah. Well, and it's incredible that you guys can deliver that with like I don't know this. My wife loves these water bottles, and I
yeah,
think they're
it's like
like they're
Walla.
like
Yeah.
yeah they're like $50 or something at the grocery store, and they don't come with any cool packaging.
Yeah.
How do you walk us through a little bit like how do you deliver that and not have the product be crazy expensive? Like you must have spent a lot long history in, supply chain and
Yeah.
manufacturing, but give us, without divulging any trade secrets, it'd be great to hear kind of how the supply chain works.
We when we look at packaging, we usually set as a percentage of the overall cost of goods of a product, and sometimes we break that rule, and sometimes we use packaging to enhance the MSRP of a product. So an example would be like if we had a $10 speaker, right? Maybe we spend $2 on the box or whatever the number
Hmm.
is. And if we want that speaker to sell for $30, right? Like we know what percentage we can allocate from a cost of goods perspective to the box. But if we want that speaker to sell for $40, we'll sprinkle on more money on the cost of goods on the box. Like have that box be like throw flames and spit out confetti or whatever we're gonna have it do. But just to get someone to realize like, okay, this is a $40 speaker. It might not be a $40 speaker, but the box enhanced it and pushed it up to the higher MSRP kind of bracket. But usually we dedicate a percentage of our cost of goods allocated, and it's pretty fixed for the most part to packaging. And then the second life represents a percentage of the percentage as well too. But usually
Yeah.
the second life packaging is we're just changing like die cuts and kind of like the configuration of it. Sometimes we're adding elements like LED strips or hand and minute functions on a clock or whatever as well too. But yeah, it just depends on the kind of the product. But usually it's a percentage of cost of goods.
And then tell us about a little bit about your like decoration and fulfillment strategy. So how much, obviously I know we've talked about, DTF, but kind of what is your on-demand fulfillment kind of stack look like? Where are you fulfilling
Yeah.
and yeah, just walk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, so we run flatbed digital on all of our tech products. Yeah, we run DTF on our bags, and we run full digital 360 or laser on drinkware. We're pretty unique where we are different than the rest. We have three production facilities around the world. So we've got ours in Austin, Texas, that we ship product out of. We've got one in Portugal and we have one in Hong Kong. So we deliver and decorate on three different continents. We're kind of like the only people, for sure in promo, we're the only people that do this.
Yeah.
And print on demand, some people do this, but not for hard goods. So we offer that all at one piece. We've got the same product, the same decoration equipment on three different continents, same inventory, same everything. So someone that orders, four speakers to go to Singapore and four to go to Belgium and four to go to San Jose, like those 12 speakers are all going to be exactly the same, which is pretty badass. And we use our software behind the scenes to make sure that the print techniques and the print quality is exactly the same too. We do that and people love it. We also like have our flat rate international shipping where we ship it
Mm.
one piece to like 65 countries around the world with duty and VAT including the price, which is crazy. Like we're literally the only people that do this as well too.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, almost like half of our distribution is outside of America,
Wow.
which is crazy, and it's
That is crazy.
growing every day because it's a major need for a lot of big corporations. Like LinkedIn wants to give 12,000 employee gifts. They want everyone around the globe to get the same product,
Hmm.
and we are the ones who have solved for that. It's a ton of
Wow.
paperwork and a ton of systems integration behind the scenes, but we do it every day.
Yeah. and probably a lot of custom software as well.
For sure. And it's a lot of paperwork to have 65 importers of record
Hmm.
in all these countries to do the duty and VAT declaration. Like, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Very cool. So I guess, one of the things I was also excited about this conversation is the fact that, you know, a lot of your customers are promotional products distributors.
Yeah.
A lot of my customers are promotional products distributors. I'd love to get your take on, and I think you touched on it a little bit earlier, in terms of, I mean, I think you just said it in a pretty candid way, which is like, if you don't adapt or die, kind of, right?
If you don't do POD, you dead. Yeah.
But I guess, like, if you were a promo distributor today, how would you structure your business differently than, say, 20, 30 years ago?
If I was a promo distributor today, I for sure would go after company stores and programs and build on-demand stores and programs for people, without a doubt. It's like the best gateway drug you can have to get larger orders. So if you have a solution to build stores and programs for someone with very, very, very minimal cost, like maybe the customer pays you $100 a month or whatever, just so they have some skin in the game too. And you make your money and your margin on selling the product every time the product transacts. Like, I would do that every day of the week. We have some customers that just run a ton of stores, and we like just crush it with them. And it's cool. Sure, it's a lot of one piece orders, but like, our average order size is not one; it's over 100. Well, the ones lead to the thousands or the ten
Hmm.
thousands or the 20,000s. Like, that's why you do a store or a program for the customer. And frankly, if you have good software and the technology to do it, and you can have the kind of the right product offering from the right vendors behind the scenes, where they can have, apparel, tech, drinkware, bags, journals, plants, you name it, like all on demand with no inventory risk. Customers love that because no one wants to have. I was on a call with a big, big, big customer last week, and they're like, "Yo, our customer has a massive amount of inventory in our warehouse, and they have a swag closet. Anytime I hear a swag closet, I know the customer's right for on demand,
Hmm.
and they
Yep.
don't want to have it anymore, and they don't want to spend the money up front." And I'm like, Rupt has entered the chat. Like, this is exactly what we're made for. This is what you guys have built your business off of and what you're made
Hmm.
for. Like, I would go after stores and programs and recurring revenue without having the customer hold up front inventory.
Yeah. I mean, amen. Obviously, preaching to the
Yeah,
choir there.
no, it's
Uh,
true. I mean, but like, it's blows my mind, man. How many promotional products distributors are like, don't do stores and programs and recurring? And also, I would go after big corporations that need international too, because no one like
hmm.
really specializes in that. Sure, like the customer asks for it, they'll figure out a solution for it. But like, hunt those ones that's like, yo, do you need like an employee in Belgium to get a pair of headphones tomorrow? Like, we are the solution provider for that.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and I've talked about this a lot, kind of in other conversations, but one of the things that excites me the most about this time is, so you've obviously got like the market forces of, COVID, after COVID, impact on supply chains. Everybody's kind of thinking about how they source product differently. Obviously, e-commerce exploded,
Yep.
after COVID,
Print on
and just
demand did.
continues to explode every single year. But one of the things I think that, um, is understated is how affordable and how easy the access is to participating in this new way of doing business. So, yeah, part of it is like what you mentioned, like knowing that this is the future and rallying around it, and instead of trying to kind of like, instead of being on the wrong side of that disruption, being on the right side of it.
Yeah.
Um but in any professional merch business that's participating in this industry, whether you're a decorator or distributor or a combination of both, or a team dealer, whatever, any type of professional branded merch business, back in the day, like 10, 15 years ago, I mean, firsthand, like how much money and resource you need to actually go and put together an e-com print on
Yeah,
demand operation, right? Like, I mean, it was literally like a handful of companies that could really
yeah,
participate in that,
yeah.
you
Now
know?
there's a lot of people doing it, but there's not a lot of people doing it well, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, and that's, I mean, that's the opportunity, right? Because either, so even like, I don't know, 5 to 7 years ago, I think one of the reasons why print on demand and e-commerce haven't sort of taken over the promo space as quickly as we would think is because, you know, promo distributors and decorators, the main businesses that make up, this industry, just didn't have access to the tools. And so if if the only tools that are available are like the mega print on demand platforms and the mega e-commerce platforms that are API integrated and have built all these custom software solutions and have their own custom, the decorators have their own custom workflow management solutions that cost millions of dollars to build, and custom e-com solutions, or they're paying crazy amounts of money for Shopify Plus and things like that.
Yeah,
Like that's a high barrier to entry, right? Whereas now, I mean, you have so many systems to participate in this, whether you're a decorator and you want to, have an API and automate your workflow and, start doing DTG, DTF, automate, sort of more one-off type processes, or you're a distributor and you're looking to do online programs and online stores, the amount of tools and the access to that has never been better, and it just keeps getting better year over year.
for sure. And that's like why I think you guys are like ripe for success. It's like you have a low cost way, an easy, super easy way to build stores for people and clone them, right? If I'm a customer and I want to run 5,000 stores with you, I can start with one and then just keep scaling up from there. And it's smart. Like the solution providers like yourself, a tripod, and some of the others that have like made it as frictionless and easy for a promo distributor to do what they do best, which is get customers in the door and get product out to the in front of the customers via like good technology partners and makers like me, suppliers behind the scenes that are producing said goods. Those are the guys like yourself that will survive the promo apocalypse. Yeah, this isn't a
Yeah.
shameless plug for tripod. This is just like
No,
it's the
no, and
truth.
and look, hey, I always say, like, there's lots of great platforms. There's I just think that if once you adopt that mentality, it's a big blue ocean, because promo, branded merch as a whole industry globally, I think it's around 350 billion. It's projected to be around 400 billion by 2030. And print on demand, I mean, when I met you, print on demand was, I mean, a tiny sliver,
Yeah,
like not even a billion.
yeah,
And last year it was 10 billion. This year it's projected to be 13 billion, projected to be 100 billion by 2035. That doesn't necessarily mean everything is going to be one-off like
yeah.
production.
Right.
I think it's exactly your point about, it's a way of thinking about, hey, I'm gonna do a store with an endless aisle of products for you first, rather than just giving you a catalog and trying to collect the biggest purchase order for you that I
Yeah.
can, as
Yeah.
many times per year as I can. And so having that be kind of like the main thing that you're selling. And then, of course, like, not everybody needs one-offs all the time. It's like you can order one, or you can order 100, or you can order 1,000, or you can order, in the case of LinkedIn, you can order 12,000, because I have 12,000 employees and I need 12,000 products. So it's not going to like replace your bulk business, but I think it's just a smarter sales strategy. And there's a lot of great systems. Anybody that's on the right side of history, I think right now, that is consistent and can execute over the next few years, is just going to have an incredible future.
Completely agree. I mean, like, it's crazy that it's like these customers they want to buy physical inventory. Like I'm running an online store for a customer, and I want to order 500 like pieces of drinkware and put it in our warehouse in Iowa. And like why? Like,
Yeah,
why are you thinking like that? But I understand why. The promo distributor wants to transact that 500 and make
that's
their
right.
money up front. They don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't want to process. Everyone always says like, I don't want to write one piece orders. I don't want to process one piece orders. Don't. I don't want to process one piece
Yep.
orders. I
Yep.
want to have systems integration for one piece orders to drop into my system flawlessly with print ready artwork. That's what I want,
Hmm.
right? I want
Yep.
to do 3,000 one piece orders a day that seamlessly drop into my system and we just print it and ship, and that's it. I don't want to have people banging on keyboards entering one piece orders all day.
Totally. Yeah.
I want
And I
partners that can drop it to me flawlessly.
Yeah, I talk to distributors a lot that will say like, well, that's just not our model. That's not our bit. We're not interested in one-offs because they just think that, well, 500 is obviously better than one.
Yeah.
And I always challenge them and I say like, well, look, your customers are going to be asking you about this at some point because they're going to start,
Yeah.
brands and businesses are starting to realize like, wait, I don't need the swag closet anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like only a matter of time before filling up that swag closet turns into a call from them saying like, "Hey, do I heard about this like new thing with can you
By
just
that
give me one of
time,
those websites,
too late.
And
You're saying it nicely than I would. I would be like, okay, you're gonna be out of business in 5 years.
yeah.
You're saying it nice because in five
Yeah,
years they're gonna call you and be like, I need it. Everyone else is doing
right.
it. And you're like, it's too late, man.
Exactly.
It's too
Right.
late.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like that was another thing I really appreciated about promo when I started digging. It blew my mind how like the strength of the relationships that distributors have with their customers, um in many cases like decades strong relationships, and it's just that relationship is the thing that's so hard to disrupt.
Yep.
um and so the only thing that could disrupt that is if there's a fundamentally just way better way of doing it and you don't adapt to that way of doing it. But that's why I think if you have a store, you're kind of like it's kind of like a real estate land grab play,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's all this available real estate right now, right? That people have not claimed their territory. And once you build a store for a client, and yeah, you can still charge them a small monthly fee. I mean, Shopify charges a monthly fee, right? For a store. So it's totally reasonable to charge a small monthly fee.
Yeah. It's just
But
skin in the game.
yeah, exactly. But then at that point, now that you've got that store built and then you're providing an endless aisle of products, um, not only are you still going to get the bulk orders when they need the bulk orders, but now you've got the real estate, and there's very little, and as long as you're executing, as you probably already have for that customer for years, they don't have any incentive to go anywhere. And so it's like kind of I really think it's a race to grab as much real estate as possible, and everything's open. I think POD is like less than 1% of promo. So
Oh, for sure.
maybe less.
Promo in the United States is $25 billion reported. Take it with a grain of salt from ASI. But yeah, you're telling me POD is 250 million
Yeah. I don't know.
in
Yeah.
promo? Maybe. Yeah, it
Maybe.
might be right. Yeah, but I like the land grab analogy and the real like you're staking your claim with the store. Like I really like that. It's a cool analogy. And like the distributors that are the value that the distributors bring is that relationship, and you're 100% right. Like that's what they're great at, and that's why they're kind of middlemen, right? Like me as a maker, as a supplier, I don't want to go out and sell to Google and YouTube and all these. Like that's so much like who do I sell to at Google? I would spend so much money on outbound marketing. Like I love selling to distributors, and I love our distributor partners because like I look at them as an army of
Hmm.
35,000 that go out and sell my stuff each day. I don't pay them to be part of my army. They make money when they transact, but they're the best like leverage tool to get out to all the big corporations around the world for me. And I love working with them. And like they're solid people and the relationships are really good. Just like they've got a good relationship with their client, I've got a great relationship with them, and they know I've got their back as much as they've got mine as well too.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yeah, another thing I learned over the last like 6 years, I think when I didn't have any experience in branded merch prior to Teespring, and we went from like zero to like 50,000 units a day, and
yeah,
like we hit like a gold mine. It was just
yeah.
like,
It's like when the
no,
algorithm worked.
it was insane.
Yeah,
And none of us really knew anything about branded merch in the traditional market. So we're just kind of thinking, young and egotistical and full of a bunch of VC money, like, oh, well, this is for sure the future. Like everything's going to go this way. And kind of not realizing like, well, it doesn't have near,
yeah,
even remotely the set of things that you need to go after these traditional markets. But once I started learning about more about promo and how these brands think about merch, whether it's like your local coffee shop or Starbucks or any type of business that's buying merch or selling merch to their fans, um, they probably don't want to pay somebody in their organization to go learn about screen printing
yeah,
and go learn about like Sanmar's catalog
yeah,
and what's a tri-blend versus, a
yeah.
carded cotton versus ring spun, all that kind of stuff. And the other thing that I believe, because I've learned this over time, is that I don't think that they want to learn a platform either. I
No,
think that they still want a service partner that's going to handle the merch. Hey, we did the holiday collection last year. Yeah, just make it look the same. Make sure you use the same
yeah.
ink and the same shirt or whatever. So being able to sell them stores in that same way is really effective. And at that point, there's not really incentive for them to go anywhere else.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, for me too, like I want diversification in revenue. I like we started with promo last year because that's where we played really, really well before. And now this year we've got the POD sector flowing, we've got our D2C on our side, we've got retail, we've got brand collaborations, we got music merch. Like I want all I want to do is put on demand for all these different sectors, right? I don't want it to be
Hmm.
fully concentrated in promo. I want to build the Rupt brand. We will at retail, right? So like the more the the better we do outside of promo, the easier it makes our life in promo. There's been a
Yeah.
big dynamic shift in promo over the last 15 years for like higher quality goods, bigger brands coming in the space that can allow for decoration. Most of the big brands that come in the space cannot decorate. They cannot decorate one on demand, and the pricing models don't make sense. So, like for me, I want to drive our brand presence so much outside of promo. It makes it easier and more compelling story within promo as well too.
I mean, yeah, it's the same deal of like now consumers are going to be asking for it, just like the
Yeah,
consumers are asking, oh, I want a Yeti
yeah,
cooler or whatever, and they're like, okay, now I got to go figure out how to get, Yeti.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
It's already
same
happening a
same
little
deal.
bit with us, which is cool. So like, yeah, like the better we do from, I like it like collabs. Like, I'd love to have my favorite brands like Liquid Death. I would love to do like a collab with Liquid Death, and I would love to do a collab with uh, Bad Birdie and like other cool brands that have like really cool designs that sell really well at retail. But like
Hmm.
they're all missing my categories. They don't have tech. They maybe have some drinkware. They don't have like cool bags. Like the ability for them to sell it on their storefronts or wherever the hell they sell on demand. Like that's what I want to do. I just want to be the provider for that. You know?
Yeah. Well, speaking of your products and your tech, mate, why don't you shill your products for a little bit here and say like I know your products, so a lot of our customers know your products, maybe not everybody knows your products. Where do you specialize today, and then maybe give us a little sneak peek into the future of what you're thinking about for how your products evolve.
Yeah. The Neo Light's brand new. We just launched it. It's like fucking
Oh right,
spectacular.
yeah, I
Yeah.
just oh yeah
Yeah.
I yeah.
We're doing these like cool like custom cut like one piece minimum like neon lights on demand too, which are really rad. Like
Super
that's
cool.
a whole other thing. But our main categories are like tech, drinkware, and bags. That's where we play really well. So speakers, I've built speakers for since 2009. Our number one selling product is the Dipster here. It's our IPX7 waterproof speaker. So this speaker you can literally take and like chuck in a pool and it'll float and play music. We sell thousands and thousands of them each month, and it's cool from a decoration perspective. You got that kind of like big front, big imprint on the grill, and then you can do like company name on the bottom right logo
Hmm.
or bottom right corner. We always show like fake company names so we don't piss off clients here. But Dipster does really well. What we've always done from our product perspective is build like good, better, best for each kind of category to
Hmm.
allow for people that are running stores or programs or print on demand partners like to have a solution for every customer's specific kind of like thought or want or need. So like you've got a $30 speaker, a $40 speaker, a $45 speaker, an $80 speaker, 100, 150, 300, right? So lots of different form factors. And what's cool on all of our speakers is they cross pair to each other too. So you could buy like a sound view here and a
Oh, wow.
dipster, and they
I
would
didn't know
connect to
that.
each other. Yeah, it's great from an upsell perspective too. It doesn't have to be the same model. It can be cross brand, which is pretty
Hmm.
rad too. So that does really well. The Attache has kind of been like the sleeper pick for me this year. I use it all the time when I bike. It's a wearable speaker, allow you to go hands free. We've seen a lot of these transition and sell them to companies that allow their employees to listen to music, but have to be hands free. So, like in work,
Hmm.
in warehouses, production environments, shipping, receiving. Like we've done a lot of these, but also for like athletic and the sports purposes as well too. So we've got speakers, we've got chargers here that do really well for us. Again, good, better, best. We've got a 6,000 mAh charger. We have a 10,000. We have a 5,000 wireless with iPhone stand. We got a 20,000, the one I use. We got 10,000 that charges 5 different devices wirelessly at once. Again,
Wow.
the whole gambit from a pricing perspective. We build really cool like accessories as well and cables. You've got like the snap cord and the VersaCord, which do well for print on demand. The number one selling product so far this year is our tracker. It's our like Apple MFI luggage tag that's got, we have an Apple license, so you use it like an AirTag. I have 20 of these. Put them in all
Wow.
my luggage. I got one in my backpack. Put headphone case, any like valuable thing, wirelessly recharge. It's a cool decoration perspective as well too. The packaging turns into a wallet, which people really like as well. A couple different headphone models. These do really well for like sports, youth sports specifically. You and I have
Yeah.
talked about this a lot.
Yep. Yep.
School logo on one side, athlete's number on the other. Like people love these headphones, especially with the dual decoration. We offer free personalization on every product, obviously, since we do on demand as well too. Bags, we have lots of different models of bags. You and I both carry the Glindo backpack, which is here. And just from a product page perspective too, something really quickly, Alex, like we have like kick-ass lifestyle images. All of our bags have like luggage pass-throughs, hidden
Yep.
passport pockets. But what I was going to show everyone here on Rupt.com, you can see like what fits in the bag. Here's some of the features. Here's like
Hmm.
the sales video, me like explaining the product. But we carbon offset every product fully, which is really cool. Like every single product is 100% carbon offset at the company level, which is
Wow.
rad. We have full transparency. We publish the full build of materials for the all of our products. This is on every product page. So like here's the Glinda pack. Green represents recycled components. So like we've got recycled zippers, recycled webbing, recycled bias tape, recycled buckles, and we show like so many people greenwash like and say like bag made from 100% recycled materials. Like that's
Totally.
bullshit. Or like speaker
Yeah.
made from
Yeah.
100% recycled materials. Physically not possible, right?
Yep.
Drivers and
Yep.
magnets and batteries can be recycled. But for us, we show the total recycled percentage by weight, which is like the true measurement for how recycled a product is. And we show people like, this is exactly, if you want to make a Coloma pack, here's exactly how you make it. Here's all the components and all the materials in it. Here's the sketch for it. Like, come out and copy us. We don't care. We just want to operate with transparency because that's how I've always tried to operate. We've got drinkware as well too. All of our drinkware is super uniquely shaped. Like really cool for POD because the bottles fundamentally function and feel different. This one's got like an integrated timer on the top. This one's like probably our number one seller. It's a hexagon. It's literally six-sided. It doesn't roll across the floor of the gym if someone kicks it over, right? Like people love like the unique factor of all of our bottles, like the lucent from a decoration perspective for print on demand. Like, dude, you decorate the top cap, the two sides, the whole interior core. It's got like 6 different decoration areas. No
Yeah.
more do you just see like the one color logo on one side of it. So tech, drinkware, and bags are kind of like our main kind of go. And then, especially gearing towards the second part of this year, especially for your customers too, like we do really well with kits and bundles. So, like,
Mm.
new employee, welcome to the company. Like, let's give them all this with the tripod logo on the first day of work. It's like sitting on their desk. Like, we do a lot of bundles, some of which come with custom packaging as low as like 10 pieces as well too. So, that's like the
Very
Rupt
cool.
pitch for you.
Yeah. No, I mean it's incredible. The quality of the product itself, plus all the other little, add like, and they're not gimmicky uh
No,
add-ons. Like the box is not a gimmicky thing. Like the amount of like value that they're getting out of that, the amount of work that you guys put into that, and then not bullshitting people on, "Oh, we're sustainable, we use, recycled this and organic that and all that kind of stuff." Like, um Iris and I were talking about that a couple weeks ago of like how just greenwashing and like how a lot of products that people try to like feel good about buying are not at all what they think. And just being honest about like, hey, yeah, we can't recycle batteries. We can't, there's no closed loop recycled polyester, right? But
Correct.
we you can be as transparent as possible and be as sustainable as possible, and just doing things on demand eliminates a huge percentage of the waste. So, trying to be as sustainable as you can, having your carbon offsets, but then also just combining that with not overproducing and having things sitting in a swag closet that are gonna, be
And
shipped off to an incinerator at some point.
I agree with you. Kind of the big X factor too that people don't realize is with international distribution too, like what we do from an environmental perspective is big. Like we decorate as close as possible to
Hmm.
destination to cut on like there's so especially when you're doing one piece, there's so much just freight for shipping one thing. And if you're producing here in Denver, Colorado, and you're shipping stuff to Belgium, like just what that does from a fuel perspective is terrible. So like if you're delivering product to Belgium, it's decorated out of Portugal. It's like then you can just throw on a truck around instead of like putting in a FedEx plane all over the world, and it saves you a shitload of money too.
Totally. Yeah. Well, great. Yeah, I mean, this has been a great conversation. I just kind of a shameless plug for both of us is that by the time this episode comes out, everybody will be able to decorate and buy Rupt products on tripods. So we're very excited about that.
Same.
And to kind of have a fully integrated experience where people can design and and not have to stress about, you know, sending more paper in, into your
One
sea
piece order.
of
Yeah.
purchase orders. Yeah.
No, we love that, and
So
we're excited to partner with you guys as well too. Anyone who's building stores on the Tripod Network, or anyone thinking about building stores, should use the Tripod Network to do so, and we're happy to be a partner of you guys as well too. So I'm excited for that to happen once this episode airs.
great. Thanks so much,
No
Jason.
problem. Thanks for having me,
Always a
Alex. I
pleasure.
appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yep. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.